Something that's really changed my life and being able to really be able to become who I'm meant to become, me really being able to live the life I was meant to live is changing the way I prayed. This video for people, this is for anybody. I don't think you have to be a religious person to watch this video or be somebody that particularly goes a certain way. It's just the way we think. Praying doesn't have to be praying the way we think about it. It could be in meditation, whatever it may be. But the way we pray, or however you want to find it, and you're asking to the universe or to God, whatever it may be, has to change. And I think one of the ways we usually pray is we usually pray saying, hey, I want this to happen. Hey, God, I really want this. Help me get this. Help this. But one thing that helped me in my life, and it's hard to say this at certain points in your life. It's easy to say, but I'm making this video right now because I'm saying this at a time where it's hard to say it. But instead of asking God for, hey, I want this, ask God, hey, I want whatever you want for me. And when you make that distinction, you're saying, hey, if things suck, I know this is your plan and what you got for me, because I'm just a mere human and there's things in the bigger picture that I don't know about. And it's super hard and it's easy to say before you go through the gutter, but when you're in the gutter and you have this mindset, it makes life a lot different, because now you see the perspective of all this is for the greater good. And so I always like to say, instead of doing what we usually do is pray for once. But instead we should pray for God's plan. I'm gonna put a big X next to that. And it's super important you have this, because there's going to be a lot of things you want or you maybe get and then it's taken away or whatever it may be, and it can suck. But what we have to remember is in God's plan, there's things we don't know about. In the future, we don't know about it. We don't know what's going on in the future. We don't know what God has in store for us. We don't even know the dreams that we're going to dream in the future that are, you know what I'm saying? So there's dreams we have right now that have to fail, so we get dreams in the future that are better dreams than the one we have right now, but we have to learn lessons. We have to deal with the loss, so we appreciate. There's all these things that are happening in the present moment that suck, but we don't realize we'll be super thankful for in the future if we just stay present and didn't overthink the now and get mad. And instead of saying, hey God, why didn't you give me what I want when I prayed for it? And instead we just start praying for whatever you want from me. Okay? And I think when we do this, things change, because we open up all the possibilities. We open up every possibility there is for us. We understand, hey, just my limited wants, or what the things that I want, the things I'm feeling right now, don't measure up to the billions and billions of unlimited possibilities out there. And this video is really hard to make because I'm dealing with me losing something I wanted. And I really wanted it, and I've been praying to get it. I'm not saying I'm perfect with making this prayer. I still subliminally do this. And it's like I finally got close to it. And then it was like a big tease, okay? And then it's like taken away from me. But then I have to remember, hey, it's in these moments that builds my character. It's in these moments that allow me to make a dope video that somebody may need. This video could blow up after I die, and somebody needs this video and it changes their whole life. But I needed to lose something that I thought I wanted for God's plan, okay? And we have to understand there's so many possibilities beyond our understanding that are happening, that are attached to things that may not be what we want, but it's actually what God wants. And if it's what God wants, that's really what we should want. Okay. For example, I put it on here to reflect on, what I was going through. For me, I'm not gonna lie, I just went on a date like yesterday, and it was like, man, I hadn't connected with a girl like that in so long. I've been praying like, man, God, I really would appreciate companionship. Like, I've been grinding. It'd be nice to have a girl that understood me, and I found that, you know what I'm saying? I found that, and then it was like a amazing date, and I'm having so much fun. And then we get to the end of the date, and one little thing trips up everything, and then it all flushes. I'm not going to get into specifics because I don't like to give details. But it was just like one question, and then I answered the question, and one thing popped up, and then it was like, oh, no, I can't do it. And it's like, dang, like, why did, you know what I'm saying? It's going to take me 20 other dates to get this feeling again. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, bro. And I'm just sitting in my apartment. I'm like, bro, what the heck? Like, literally, it happened, but I thought I could save it. And then, like, literally, right when I was about to make this video, she texted me like, yo, I can't do it because this, and that. Great me and you. I'm like, bruh. But at the same time, I'm like, it's this weird part of me because I've actually gone through a lot of crap in my life, and I can look back and say, yo, that was something messed up that happened. But now I can say, yo, I'm happy that happened. I'm glad that happened. I'm not gonna trip on right now because I understand what happened back then made me who I am, which gave me the opportunities that are better than I could have imagined back then. I wrote a whole book that's like the greatest work of my life. If that didn't happen, some effed up stuff that's happened in my life, I wouldn't have been able to write one of the most things I was most proud of. If that girl didn't do that, I wouldn't have the energy, the passion for this video that maybe conveys it the way that gets somebody to understand to trust in God's plan or the universe plan or whatever you believe in. It's all about opening up yourself to unlimited possibilities. And when you open yourself to unlimited possibilities, when you stop attaching yourself to what you want and attach yourself to the universe and God, to things beyond us, and understand we're just mere humans, and you know, it's irresponsible to need or to have our wants, and just release and just be surprised and just allow things to happen. And I think we have to do that. And I think the key to being able to have this mindset is by looking back and reflecting on your life and seeing all the things that were messed up, that sucked, that then opened up other possibilities for you. The girl breaking up with you allowed you would have never met the new girl that was better than the old girl. If the job didn't fire you, you would have never realized you wanted to be an entrepreneur. All these things have these butterfly effects, but we have to be able to have the perspective that it's all happening for a reason. And you reach, I don't want to say peak enlightenment. I mean, that's just what sounded good on the tongue. But you reach a new level of peace in your life when you switch, because you go through these reflections of saying, hey, everything that's happening, I'm cool. It's God's plan. And you start making this your prayer or your ask to the universe or whatever. Things start to change because you're not so affected by things not going your way. And it allows you to still stay in the present moment. Like for me, back in the day, something like that happened. I'm not making a video, bro. I'm cuddled up for a week, bro. And I'm just depressed. But now I'm like, all right, bet. It just is what it is. I'll meet a new girl. Right now, obviously, I guess this just isn't what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I'm supposed to be working on my projects and being alone right now. Sometimes we're meant to be alone. Sometimes we're meant to have somebody. Sometimes we're meant to have a job. Sometimes we're not meant to have a job. Sometimes we have to work a job we don't like. So we end up enjoying and appreciating the one we do like in the future. All these things have ripple effects. And so you have to start praying to God. And I think the key through all of this, okay, I'm going to erase this real quick. The key through all of this is two things you need, because it's going to suck. Every point of our lives has problems, things that suck, and we don't know what to do. It sucks. But this is the magic potion. Gratitude and faith. These two things will get you through life. Because, for example, right now I'm dealing with the girl. We went on a date and it was so awesome, but then it's just like got taken away from me. It's like, dang, bro, like, God, why you show that to me? Why you teasing me, bro? But what I fail to realize is, like, I actually just dropped like this trailer for my book release, and I got all this endless love, but all I can think about is this girl. And it's like, bro, you know you prayed for this though? You prayed to make a good hype video so you can have an amazing book release event in Philadelphia, and it's gonna be everything you've been grinding for the past year, you got, and it's time to be grateful for it, but you thinking about this girl. But if you ain't gotta really worry about it, you just have to have faith, because if something's not meant for you, it's not meant for you. And if something's meant for you, it will come back around. So even if that girl is meant for you, it will come back around. But there's no point pouting over it. Let's be grateful for what we do have. A lot of us will spend our whole lives always focusing our energy on the one thing we don't have instead of the things we do have, okay? We're always thinking about the one prayer that didn't come true when there's a bunch of prayers that did come true, okay? And we spend our life without the release and without the praying for whatever God's plan is, forgetting the full scope. Because naturally as human beings, maybe it's the way society is and what social media has done to friends, I don't know. Maybe this is how we've always been. But we tend to almost always just like focus on the one thing that's bad. Like our whole life can be good, but we're like problem focused. We're always thinking about the problem, never enjoying the problems that have been saluted. I don't know if that's the word, but the problems we found solutions for. You know what I mean? And I think that messes up our peace. What we have to realize is there will always be a problem. There will always be something not right. For some reason on this earth and the way we're built, nothing is perfect. Nothing is. And when you come to peace with that, it allows you to enjoy what you do have. Because If not, you'll be chasing perfection and waiting to be happy until things are finally perfect. You have no more problems. But you'll be waiting forever because it'll never happen. So the key to be able to ever be happy is to just have gratitude and faith. Faith in the universe or God or whatever you believe in, that's all going to work out. And until it works out, which it never really will, it's a continuous process, you're just grateful. And you have this. When you have this, you're allowed to enjoy the present moment. When you have this, you're able to power through and embrace the things you're going through because you understand. So this allows you to appreciate the positive and even appreciate the negative because it's working. And this allows you to really embrace the negative because you know everything is really working in your favor. And I need you to know that whatever you're going through, whatever's popping up today, tomorrow, whatever happens, understand that there's a bigger purpose out there. There's a reason why we don't know what the future has. Because if we understand what the future has, it wouldn't hurt enough right now for us to grow. There's a quote I made a while ago. It's actually the last page of my book, where I was like, if you understood why you are going through what you're going through right now, it wouldn't hurt enough for you to grow from it. So if you knew the future, if you knew why you were going through this, a lot of us like to ask God, hey, why are you putting me through this? Why me? If I told you, bro, you wouldn't grow from it. Because then you'd be like, oh, this is why it's happening. Okay, cool. Nah, I need you to feel this, dog. I need you to feel the heartbreak because it's what's going to allow you to be motivated. It's what's going to allow you to grow. All these things are happening for a reason. So instead of needing the answer, just have faith and pray for God's plan, not your plan, because God's plan is always better than your plan. If you want more content and it'll help you become a better version of yourself, maybe find yourself becoming a better version of yourself, watch some more of my videos, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. I needed to make this video. I'm so happy I made it. Made me feel a lot better. See you on the next one.